So we're back on the Acadia today. O2 sensor. This thing it's thrown codes for O2s over the years, but normally it's like a slow response time. I don't remember the code, but clear it, keep rolling. It's fine for 6 months to a year. You know, it's not very common, but it'll throw a code occasionally, reset it, it seems happy. This one is persistent, so this will be the first sensor that I've replaced on, well, the first O2 sensor I've replaced on this car. It's a bank 1 sensor 2. So first thing, if I'm looking at a small block Chevy, I know where bank 1 is, all right? I don't know where it is on this one. Apparently bank 1 is the firewall side, so I guess if you're kind of thinking the same way, you know, the engine sits like this, so I guess this is the front. I don't know, but if it were this way, then bank 1 would be on the right, so it kind of makes sense, if assuming that's the way it's rotated, or you know what I'm saying. But anyway, so bank 1's on the back. Seems like it'd be on the front, but whatever. Front's definitely easier to get to. You can just put your finger on the bank 2 sensor 1. It's right there. So sensor 2 is the downstream O2, meaning it's on the other side of the catalytic converter. So bank 1 sensor 1, bank 2 sensor 1, car uses the feedback from those to set its air fuel mixture. Typically the downstream O2 that's on the other side of the catalytic converter is just there to kind of measure a variance between sensor 1 and sensor 2 to determine catalytic converter efficiency. So it's all emissions stuff. The sensor 1 is what the car actually uses to tune itself, or set its short or long-term fuel trims or whatever. I'm not a tuner, but you know, I play one on TV sometimes. So hopefully this is easy to get to, but I did, you know how we do specialty tools. I don't usually like to buy specialty tools, but I figure it may come in handy. So, and they're not terribly expensive. I think these were like $8 a piece on Amazon. So it's a 22 millimeter deep well socket that's got a notch cut in the side for the wire, and so that you can get it on there with the wire still attached to the sensor. And this one is kind of like a crow's foot style, but same deal. It's got a slot cut in it so you can put it over the wire and get out to the side. So depending on how the exhaust pipe is bent, we may be able to use, well, I suspect we'll use one of them, but both might work. I don't know. We'll see when we get under there. I haven't even looked at it. I don't know what it looks like under there. So the other potential situation is, in my experience, there's been a difference between the bank 1 sensor 1 sensor and the sensor bank 1 sensor 1 and bank 1 sensor 2. Like the downstream O2s kind of have a different plug on it. These apparently don't. So I checked Rock Auto and looked at the part numbers, and there's still a little bit of confusion. So this may not even happen today. I don't know, but we're gonna get under there and take a look and see. This is a square plug type, and I guess it's got four wires in it, square plug. So hey, we'll get in there and see what's up. But anyway, let's get on it. As I was mentioning earlier, bank 2 is the front of the engine. So we're looking toward the front right here. And so here's the bank 2 catalytic converter, and so this is bank 2 sensor 2. That's not the one we're going for, but that's which one that is. So, you know, you see what we're kind of looking for once we get a little farther back underneath the car, because since we are assuming, based on internet data, that bank 2, excuse me, bank 1, I keep getting these confused because it seems backwards. Bank 2, bank 1, come on dude. Bank 1 is at the back. So, okay, oh, all right, sweet. Well, I'm not gonna say anything yet, but so here's our bank 1 exhaust manifold. And you see this obstruction right here. So this is a Y pipe. The pipe from bank 2 is coming in up here. This is the pipe from bank 1, so it makes this turn. They join right here. It might be, see if you can see that. See, they join right there and hit this flex joint, and then I guess that's a resonator down there, and then snakes around to the muffler at the back. So this is our guy right here. So it's actually, it is easy to get to. That's all I'm going to say right now. It's easy to get to. So let's find the wiring. We're definitely going to have to unplug it, and I'm sure there's some sort of retainer clip. Oh yeah, you can see it from over here. Let me get the reposition the light. And there's our harness. You see where it's got that, you see the blue and the blue thing and the yellow dot. So it looks pretty straightforward. We're going to pull that tab. I can't really point at it because both hands are occupied, but you see, hopefully you see what I'm saying. There's like a gray or a light bluish gray tab. So we're going to pull that out of the plug, and then the plug should just, should just kind of be able to lift it up and pull it off. So let me do that right quick, and we'll see how it goes. Got it unplugged. You see that it is a square plug type. Here's our new sensor, and I don't remember the code. I'll put a picture of it. I'll put a picture of the code up on the screen there so you can see what it is, but it's definitely the bank 1 sensor 2. I think it was like voltage, something, I don't know, something about voltage. I don't see there's no wiring damage that's visible down here, so I'm just assuming that it's the sensor, but if not, I'll follow back up. But yeah, this is seems legit. All right, so let's grab our tools, kind of see which one is best for this spot. Probably just a straight up wrench would work better for here, especially if this wire didn't, okay, it does fit. Yeah, okay, problem 1 is that this sensor is too long for this, so this one's out. Grab this one, and I think the wire might be a little too big, so this whole thing might be a bust on these tools, but nope, this one's actually going to work, I think. Let's see. Yep. Put it on right. Okay. Snake it around. There we go. All right, perfect. So this type would, I'm sure, work on another sensor that didn't have such a long body. Or I guess if you wanted to cut the end off, cut the wiring off, but if you wanted to do that, you don't need a special tool anyway, so. Such is the issue with specialty tools, I guess. Come at it this way. See if she busts loose. Nope. Not yet. I guess you could run the car a little bit and get the pipes hot. It'd probably help, but you know, there we go. I would prefer to not get second and third degree burns today. Liquid in there. It's interesting, but we're gonna pretend like we didn't see that. Now, this new sensor has some anti-seize on it, so don't come at me for not using it. Full disclosure, if it didn't have anti-seize, I still wouldn't have used it. I like to live life on the edge, but all right. Get this one threaded in. This is from TRQ, this sensor. I bought some stuff, well, a few things from them before. It's all been good. I'll put a link to it in the description in case anybody else needs it. But like I was saying, it's apparently this car uses the same sensors in all 4 locations, so it's actually pretty handy because you're not having to try to figure out what's what. I mean, if this was a common failure, I'd just buy another one and have it on hand, but it's not a common failure, at least not in my experience. These flex head ratchets are pretty nice. I know that it gets offset, you know, it's probably not the greatest thing for like high torque applications, but for getting in a tight spot, it's pretty handy. So, you know, you can get them cheap. Harbor Freight, not sponsored. This is Pittsburgh. Icon's too bougie for me. Well, sometimes. Okay, so I'm gonna thread this one back up in there, back to that plug, get it reconnected, get the little tab put in. Catch up with you in a second. Okay, got the connector reconnected and got the little tab put back, the little retainer tab. I don't think that's necessary, but hey, try to do the right thing and put it back like I found it. But yeah, plugged right in, no problem. So I'm gonna hop in the car and clear that code and drive it for a day or two and see what happens. But anyway, there you go. I'm calling it good. All right, we out.